Alright. We back. So there's a new event. It's very limiting. Um, it forces you to use a character for both sides. There's like two sides for, so it's probably always going to be a 5-star. So I'm just going to do these off stream, just try to get some resources. There isn't really much to see because it limits you. The worst part is that for this Kaniche one today, like it wants you to use two different team setups for him. He really only has the one team with Emily, and they do give Emily as a trial character as well. But that burning Emily team is really the only one in existence for him. The second side wants you to use the burgeoning side of him, which is terrible team comps, honestly. And it's probably the worst thing I ever did. I did it on my other account there, and like it feels terrible to play. I'm not a fan of these, so I'm just gonna get the primos out of it and then call it done. I'll probably do the same thing here. As you can see, I got the primos out of the first one with Varisa, and like Varisa's team were okay because they want Electro Charge. Yeah, and then they want the Overload team, and the Overload team is way stronger than the Electro. And if you don't use each, by the way, each one is elemental locked too. If you don't use the elements that it's suggesting, that it's recommending, then you have to kill twice as many creatures because there's 100% bonus on your points if you're using the elements that they say. So if you don't use those elements, you better kill twice as many to get the same amount of points. Overall, not great. I don't even think it's a great showcase for the characters themselves either. Um, I think whoever designed these was just maybe trying a little too hard. Also, they picked some of the worst enemies, and like I could complain about that stuff all the time. Take everything that's wrong with the Abyss and put it like in even shorter time frame, and like it's just not enjoyable. I'm sorry, game. It's just not enjoyable. So, kitty cat. Speaking of which, I think Neko wants more fish. Let's bring more fish to Neko. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Trying to trigger another. I thought it was commission, but it might be a quest. But I think it doesn't pop until after we've fed these cats a few times. I might be wrong about it. I might be completely misremembering. I know there's one more quest with Neko where you take her to Inazuma itself, and yeah. Oh. Cats have ran away, but there's a lot of cats here. What a bunch of disobedient cats. It's almost like they're cats. What were you expecting, Neko? You're a cat as well. I am? Yeah. That cat can talk. Alright, let's do this. Get some artifacts. The hell is that, Benny? Yeah, we should use the little movement team we've got. Movement team featuring Aoife. Would a typical account be using EFA? Probably not. Maybe for a little movement in Natland, but we ain't the typical account, are we? Are we, Chad? Just wait until I get a EM crit build on him. Yeah. That is most certainly going to happen. It's not a dream. But yeah, saw some stuff about some possible upcoming characters. The only thing I'm going to really talk about on it is that they did list one of the Hexen Circle girls, which is what I said would be pretty awesome. It makes me think that the Hexen Circle, she might be the Archon equivalent. Because there isn't going to be an Archon. So far, everything that's been said, the Sarisa isn't going to be in the next one. Which is fine, because we're not in Shesnaya proper. We're on the outer parts of Shesnaya. We're in, like, a semi-independent area of Shesnaya. I kind of equivalent to, like, Las Vegas. Like, it's a part of Nevada, but it's its own separate governed thing. And you should see what happened when they tried to tax Las Vegas, Nevada. Did not go well for Nevada. Did not go well. So I kind of equivalent it to the same thing. Like, it's in the area. It's a part of the area, technically, but it's just run by itself. So, fine. But, like, if anything is going to be the power level of an Archon, it's definitely going to be one of the Hexen Circle girls. So I think they might be rolled out as our new, like, super powerful, oh my god, what have we done to the game? It'll never be the same. Nouvelette power creeped. And it's Mona's. It's the one that shows up as the blue Dodoko if you've done the newest storyline. Spoilers. The one that's Alice calls Barbie, so I'm forever going to call her Barbie. Because that's just hilarious. Makes me think she might be Hydra. Because there's that whole thing that I think she taught the hydromancy to Mona, and that's what they use to read the stars, is hydromancy. Not geomancy. Not astrology. Even though it is astrology. She specifically uses hydromancy. Anyways, that's just my thoughts about it. I thought it was a cool little rumor. I was like, hey, that gets me excited. The other stuff, like, two of them were kind of like, yeah, okay. And then the other stuff was just so, like, vague that it's not even worth mentioning at this point. We'll see what comes of it. No rumors for Ping, though, which kind of makes me upset. I kind of wanted Madam Ping. I was kind of excited when they were talking about her maybe becoming this for Natland, to be the part of the Lantern Rite interlude type stuff. Yeah, they just kind of disappeared. There was a ton of them, and then they just disappeared. I was like, oh, I kind of wanted Madam Ping. I will say, story-wise, it's not as easy for Madam Ping to, like, revert to her younger form and fight, because I think people know Streetwise Rambler there inside Liyue, because she's lived there for quite a while. So if she just suddenly disappeared or showed up as young, I think people would make the connection and know that she was Adeptus. And they seem to kind of want to keep that on the DL when they're in the city itself. So why Cloud Retainer isn't just screaming that her name is Cloud Retainer. It's Shin Yun, I think, or something like that. Or I think it's Shin Yun. It's super close to the rock and roll chick's name, which bugs me. Mainly because the rock and roll chick exists. Nah, that's not fair. But she's not a very good unit. She's bugged too. Her shield is bugged. Finally found out what her bug is. Her shield is bugged. Her shield will only take one hit no matter what. And that's kind of sad for a shielding unit. And they've never fixed the bug. Why? Probably because nobody plays the character, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't fix a bug like that. And if they can't fix the bug, the hell? You have like 5 other shielding characters at least. Why can't you fix it? Whee! I'd fight you, dude, but I just don't care, bro. Go, Janssen. Well, yes, Janssen is getting levels. I'm glad you noticed. We're trying to, oh, on Titan first. We're trying to get her up. I was able to go into the, into IT and get a couple more. I was able to do normal mode as opposed to just easy from the little bit of leveling I did, so that was nice. Got a little bit more resources. That was cool. Oh, we'll show it. Chronicle Wish. Haven't picked. We'll talk about it. So let's talk about these weapons. How about, huh? So we got Chiori's weapon. Chiori's weapon is a crit damage weapon. Out of everything, I think for this account in particular, gotta get that aura on tax. Personally would prefer crit rate weapons as opposed to crit damage weapons. It's not that I don't think that I would get the crit rate up otherwise, but like I would like to get a chunk of that from the weapon when possible, just to make it easier to get to those, you know, pretty nice crit rates of like over 85. I go the way I want it to. Her blade is mostly, I think we can look at it directly a little bit later, but I believe it ups some elemental skill damage and then also ups defense. And then I think there's something about when other people do skill damage, something else happens. I know, a comprehensive guide of these weapons, I assure you. And then there's Ayato's weapon, which is a crit rate weapon as well. It does stuff for normal attacks, and I believe it ups all like elemental damage for part of it as well. And then there's the Mist Splitter, which is a crit damage weapon? Or is that also a rate weapon? I guess we'll find out in a couple seconds. I think it's a damage. But that also ups all elemental damage. Then we got the Red Horn, which is basically turns defense into attack, 40%. Fun fact, if you get that weapon on Noelle, you get 90% of her of her defense as attack. This splitter is crit damage. Take that, flower. His weapon is also a crit damage weapon, which is the only downside to the Red Horn, in my opinion. Yeah, we can get the crit, like I said, we can get crit rate, and we can get it up nicely if things are, you know, cooperative. But it's pretty good. It's a great piece on Noelle. It's a great piece on like C6 Noelle, so we do have to keep that in mind. I've joked a couple times that Kokomi's weapon wouldn't be bad on Barbara. It actually would be a pretty good weapon on her. It gives a healing bonus, it gives an HP bonus, and it converts, I think it's 1% of hit points into like into damage. So into normal attack damage, which is pretty much all I do on Barbara. She does have a thing that if she charge attacks, she gets more energy and stuff like that, but I rarely use it. It also increases the amount of healing she does, which is good for like the pops for the ocean clam set there. Excuse me, I'm burping a little bit. Hey, you do that, my man. Oh, you said. Probably something like, haha, my burgers are done. Wouldn't that be great if they came out and said, like, nonsense like that? It's like, it's 5 o'clock and time for the news. What, my man? They even do the 5 o'clock news anymore? Probably. They still do the 11 o'clock news? I never knew why the 11 o'clock news got to go 5 minutes longer. So it always made the startup time of all the late night shows like 35 and stuff like that. I always thought that was weird that they did that. Like, what contract did they sign once upon a time that made it that way? Anyways, we're getting distracted pretty easily. That's the name of the game here. But let's take a look at these weapons proper. Yeah, so normal attacks. Oh, it's normal attacks, and elemental skill damage is upped. If there's some geo effects, then they get boosted by 100%, which is cool. And then the defense is increased by 20% as well, which is actually just nice on somebody because, you know, it means they take a little less damage. They're a little less vulnerable to just getting flicked, which is not bad. But a crit damage weapon. 12% to all elemental damage. They get stacks. The stacks get converted into normal attack damage, is basically what it's saying. Crit weight weapon, though, probably wouldn't be that bad. Although, the sad thing about the 3 swords is that I don't have a lot of sword characters that need these kind of swords. Would a Mistsplitter be good on Kaya, for instance? Yes. But would one of the other weapons be more beneficial to the account than that? It's what we're going to take a look at. This one is also 12% elemental damage. It's a crit damage weapon. It gets its stacks from not having 100% energy, which I find hilarious, but also doing normal attacks and elemental damage. Oh, normal attacks that deal elemental damage, sorry. And then using burst. So normal attacks that deal elemental damage, burst, and not having 100% energy. That's what gives you the stacks for Mistsplitter. Then we got a buffing sword, which is a little bit more like, It's an elemental mastery sword. It's Kazua's sword. It increases damage by 10%. When the character is wielding it, triggers elemental reactions. They get sigils. They can get up to 2 of these sigils. And these sigils, when you get 2 of the sigils, it turns into the effect that will increase normal, charged, and plunging attack damage by 16% and attack by 20. And is there anything more to that, or is it just about when it can be done? And then there's just stipulations of when it can be done. And you can't have 2 of these swords in a party and get the double effect and stuff. It's just only one of these types of buff can exist at a time. I don't know why I bother saying that. I don't know who was thinking, like, I'm going to get 5 of these and put them on everybody, and I'm going to be super powerful. I guess this will stop that. Red Horn is a crit damage weapon, like I said. Defense is increased by 28%, and then normal and charged attack damage is increased by 40% of death. Like I said, on Noelle, you get effectively 90% because she also puts 50% of her defense on her C6 into her attacks. So that's kind of cool. And she just normal attacks anyways, and charge attacks if you want. Spin to the future. Who was talking? Yays is another one where I'm not quite sure if it really fits in. It's a crit damage weapon. Effectively, when you use elemental skill that causes damage, it will be increased by 12% for 16 seconds. Maximum 3 stacks. Its character will gain 12% all elemental damage bonus when they possess 3 stacks. So for Yay, it's easy because her skills put out those little totems, those little foxes that then strike, that then start building up the stacks, and then you get the stacks pretty easily on her. For a character like Yanfei, it much harder to get the 3 stacks. I don't even know if you could do it in the 16 seconds. I think you could, but you'd be right on the cusp of getting them. Because I think there's like an 8 seconds cooldown on her skill or something like that. So I don't know if this would be super good for Yanfei. Other Catalyst users, basically Sucrose looks at this and doesn't want it. Barbara's not going to be doing anything with this. Linian's doesn't really want this. She wants just attack. If this had just straight up attack, it would be better for her. So I think out of them all, this might be one of the weakest ones to get for this account in particular. Like I said, describe this one pretty easily. It's a hit point one. 10% healing bonus. Normal attack damage is increased by 1% max hit points. It also gives some energy, which Barber doesn't really need either. And then we got the bow, which is probably our worst thing to get. Increases attack by 20%. It's a crit damage bow. If it was a crit rate bow, I would probably speak a little bit higher of it. You get stacks. And you can get 1 stack from normal attacks, 1 stack from elemental skill, and 1 stack from energy less than 100%, which is kind of weird. It's sort of the Mistsplitter bow, is what it is. Stacks go independently. If you get them all, it's 40% damage. The only character I could think of that might use this is Sethos. You might get some stuff out of Fischl with it because it's easy. So like you just pop a couple normal attacks, right? And then, you're doing skill damage because it's Oz, and you're doing less than 100% because the whole cycle of Fischl is skill into burst, skill into burst, skill into burst. So you shouldn't have 100% energy for too long. So you should theoretically get the 40% damage and the 20% attack all the time, and then it's a crit damage bow. So if we got it, has a home to land on because it could go on official, but I like the weapons she has now. But again, we can work around it and stuff like that. In all honesty, probably Ye's is weaker for the account than um, Yoimiya's weapon. And then here's the people that they all belong to. Say hi, everybody. You're never coming on the account. Not if I have anything to say about it. But this is the thing. I'm not 100% sure what to lock in and what to go for. We could get ballsy and not lock one in, but then we need to lock at least one of them in to guarantee a weapon. Otherwise, we'll get a character as well. But I'm not quite sure which one is better for us. Like I said, these three swords are good, but we don't really have a character to use them. The Freedom Sword could go on any character who's in a buffing situation, or even so it could go on Bennett even. Horrible choice, I know. It could go on Layla. It could go on Traveler while he's in one of his other like more supportive roles, like Dendro and stuff like that. Especially the Dendro stuff. Could go on Lynette. Wouldn't be that terrible on Lynette. So like this sword's a little bit more, interesting. The It could definitely go on Kuki and would be the best case scenario is to get a Kuki and then get this sword and slap them together. And what do you got? All right. So the Red Horn I like, but there's only a few characters that's really going on. It would be Noelle's like best friend. Wouldn't be that bad on Gaming. And it wouldn't be that bad on even like a Beto or a Kave. So, because it's just a pretty good straight up Claymore. There isn't really many of those in the game. There's a couple more now with Kinnich's weapon and Mavika's weapon being there. The only thing with so if you want to talk about Kinnich's weapon for a second, it only gives 11 crit rate though. So it's just kind of more of an damage stick. Its passive is doable, but it's if I remember right, it's linked to burning and burgeoning, sort of like his kit itself. I think. Oh, we could look. What is it linked to? You gain 1 stack after hitting with an elemental skill. Yeah, burning and burgeoning effects will make the things go up. You can get 6 stacks. It makes the skill hit for like 60% damage. So it's linked to burning and burgeoning. It wants to be on a Dendro character, really, or maybe even a Pyro character. It works, okay on Mavika. It would be okay on Dea. Notice that these are not 4 stars. I guess the best case scenario is that it would go on Kave and make a weird Kave burgeoning team or something like that. That's something I really want to try to get this weapon to try. So maybe like 3 years from now we'll give it a shot. Engulfing Lightning is an interesting one. It's really good on Eonson. It's really good on Jingling. It gives a lot of attack. You get energy recharge and more energy research. Redhorn, Freedom, Sorn, or Huron. Yeah, I agree because I don't think setting it to this is good. I don't think setting it to this is good. And this is good either. I'm leaning towards the Freedom Sword. I think getting a pretty good buffing sword is what the account needs. I think we need as many buffs as possible with the 4 stars just to kind of equal out the stats we're missing from, you know, not being 5 stars, not having that higher cap on our stuff. So that's the one I'm kind of leaning towards. It, like I said, it goes great with Kuki, and kind of one of the goals is to get Kuki from this banner. She's there. We can get her. So Sara. So's Toma. They're also featured on the other banners. I think other than Shev not being there, the banner is almost exactly the same as it was the last time Kinich and Raiden ran. It's kind of crazy that it's almost exactly the same. I've never seen it so similar to once before. Usually the 4 stars are different. Actually, I don't know if 2 5 stars have ever ran together again like that since like probably in the early days. Well, they only had like one banner at that point. They weren't doing two. So like I don't know when the last like I don't know if this has ever happened, honestly. I think I heard somebody saying it's the first time it's ever happened where the two characters were exactly the same. The good news is that after this, we probably get a lot of time to recuperate some primos and stuff because there's a heck of a lot on the horizon. Dahlia, I don't know. We'll probably get him because he's a 4 star. We'll get him. We'll see if we can do some shenanigans with him. But he doesn't. He not looking good. He not looking good. So I think we're going to lock in the Freedom Sword. I think I talked myself into it. And I guess we'll do. Well, we got 2 wishes. Sure, why not? Here we go. Maybe we'll get lucky. First one, right? That's purple. If it's Kooky, that's not a Kooky. I was so hopeful. You trashed my hopes and dreams there, Hazo. Again. Okay, so was that an early perp? I think it was. No, it was on time actually. That's the problem. The 4 star weapons suck. They're absolutely terrible. Other than like, I think there's Fabs, but like other than that, it's like terrible. I'll add a drink. We are kind of saving dust or glitter for buying stuff out of the shop and not just fates. I'll take another Sprite. Yeah, I bought more. I can drink them all. Just give them all. Just put the case in front of me. I'll just take one. We do have the shop resetting pretty soon. It's actually in 3 days. There's so much revving of engines around here, and I don't know why. I do know why, I just don't want to say it. Ah, Sprite. So in 3 days, we'll get 5 wishes on it. We'll also pick up some wishes as we go. We don't have a lot of wishes to throw at this, unfortunately. It's more like a long shot. I really want the Kooky more than anything else. But we'll see what happens, right? I think this makes C4? Yeah. I guess we should think about leveling him, honestly, because he's getting up there in constellations and would probably be a pretty good fit. All right, yesterday while I was like really pissy at the game, I was getting books for Janssen. Janssen is currently in the team. That's where she is. Yep. Yep. And 55. ep95. What? You guys know that song, don't you? Hey, wish. I forgot about the song. Except forgot. Yes. Castle. Okay. So, what are we doing with resin? He's C4 now. We really should think about it. Eonson is not ready to go on her next one, right? No, we need to fight it. We need to fight. Punch, punch. If we get lucky, it'll only take 2. Oh, you precious spring child. What were we using to fight that? We were using that really weird burning team, right? Weren't we using, like, Pyro Traveler with just more burning? Yeah, I think it was this, but we had Jingling and we had Kale. Suppose if I select the team. Yeah, I think this did really well because of the Night Soul line damage that Power Traveler does. Then we'll go to the teapot. It's up. It's up. There it is. It's in this cave. It's going to be nice to fight the Ruined Serpent because it's going to be so much easier to fight than this crap. Not that this is super difficult, but... Ow. Thanks. Cool. I love how they have the perfect timing to get hit by everything. Gonna do that? Cool. Burn! Extend that duration. Go to hell, you stupid fucking chicken. I hate you so much. I hate that you start just like that. And that if you get hit, it's a true combo. God fucking damn. No, 3 for our troubles. Stop giving defense, please. I would like to get excited in this game for once. Ugh. I can definitely tell some burnout is happening because, like, I just don't have fun collecting stuff as much as I used to. It's just getting so boring to, like, do this, to see the same goddamn artifacts every time. It's always defense. They're the ones that have great stats on them. There we go. Okay, we got the Seahorse combo. What the hell is that noise? Can I do this now? Cool. And nothing's ready. What? Okay. Alright, well, did she die? How did she die? Nothing lines up in this team. That's a problem, though. There we go. I gave 2. Of course it did. Which means we have to fight it one more time. And I'm going to use resin to do that. Because I don't feel like waiting until tomorrow. Because this is the last time we're going to fight it for a little while. Oh, great. Welcome to the way he is in the Abyss right now. This is our favorite, you know. The cubes and Keki. Yeah, there he is. Everybody's favorite. By the way, whoever designed this really shouldn't be allowed to touch any of the creation engine stuff anymore. This is like the most toxic enemy I've ever seen in the game. The thing I don't like about this enemy in particular is the way that the, like, abyssal tick happens. Like, basically if you get hit, there's then an abyssal tick of damage that happens after. That deals way too much fucking damage. Cool. What is this stupid thing up here? I also hate how, like, it's only the statues that heal you. Like, I don't understand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. The interface of this game is dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. You can tell it's a mobile game. Because this is all easy on a mobile game. Because you're just touching the phone. It doesn't even let me touch, like, it doesn't even use the touchpad. So, like, most games that have, like, a touch feature will use the touchpad on the PlayStation controller to just mirror the touchpad stuff. Or a mouse for other games. And this game doesn't even do that. Surprised it works on the PlayStation. There's even like a telepoint, you know? Oh, and I see the symbol for the boss like blocks the symbol for the quest. That's another thing they need to like stop. Have them like alternate or something. Oh, is this the one that needs its meds? Yeah. Flies off. Why was it mad? Took its nuggies. Nugget? Get him. Basically, it's freaking out because it's any animal at the vet. It needs medicine and it's being pissy. It's like a bunny that stomps on the ground. It's a lot of talking for a little side quest here. You could wrap this up at any fucking moment. This is why people complain that your game is too yappy. We don't need to know her life story. It all started way back when I was 3. It's like, oh my god, all we ask is, how are you doing? And then in my college days... why are we still here? And then the quest goes away, because this quest system sucks ass, too. Because you get 3 seconds to click it in. If you don't click it in, have fun finding it. Oh yeah, and I saw you use Hangout accidentally. We won't be doing that on stream, trust me. If I do the Hangouts and stuff, it's definitely going to be off stream. That stuff is some of the most boring stuff you'll ever see. There we go. Rawr. Come on, game. Okay, fine. We'll just do it this way. It wouldn't let me get around the, like, top there. Because it's, like, misshapen. The only way we'll catch it is if it crashes into the mountain. Oh no! Don't blame Paimon for this. Well, it's exactly what you said would happen, Paimon. Take your medicine. Its wounds haven't healed yet. The old wounds or the new wounds it got when the freaking mountain crashed on top of it? I don't know. Let's go with this one. Oh, it forces you to use the other one anyways? Okay, so the correct answer is the other one, because it just makes it get up immediately. Because I know that's what I did in my other. You're fighting? Why? Eat Jingling, because Jingling will eat you. Oh yes, and because of its wonderful design. Yeah, at least it isn't medicine. We just slapped it with swords again, but, you know. I'm praying that Nod Cry enemy designs are better than Natlands. Because I don't find Natlands enemy designs to be good for new accounts. I think even the achievement made a joke about... I gotta check. I think the achievement also made the joke that we, like, slapped it with swords. Oh, just have it take its medicine. Alright. So grab these. Maybe we can make another wish. Oh, I think we can. It's a lot of stuff. Okay? Don't worry, Ash. One day. Wasn't enough for another wish. 39, a little Mora, awesome. Let's see. These are all 16. Gotta make that push to make them. Yeah, we gotta make that push. Let's look at how many artifacts we have. Quite a few. Trying to think if I want to do artifacts or if I just want to start grabbing a bunch of books of Mora. Artifacts will lead to Mora, so I'm kind of leaning towards that. Then we can just grab books with like the 80 that we use. Well, we got plants to pick. Let's do the more calming stuff in the game than fighting that stupid Papillion. I almost wonder if the Electro Charge team would be better against that. I believe we've already... Yeah, I already grabbed the transient. I don't know how to get rid of these markers. If anybody can tell me how to do that, it would be great. So I don't know what these are. It's called the exchange list, but I don't know how to stop the exchange list. Carrot. Yeah. Guess I should go out and pick some stuff, huh? Come on, game. Okay. Hey, puppers. Trying to cheer me up. That's cool. Alright. Always the question, Noblesse or Emblem? I think we'll do this. Let's see. I want to try this. More motorcycles. It might have went better if I remembered to burst on beta at the start. That would have been nice. Oh yeah, we have all this condensed series too. So I was kind of in a rush on Monday, especially. least that's not a defense. That's a defense. Just tired of defense. Like, just knock it off already. Is there other stuff in the game? Why are we stuck getting just defense gear in the game? Yeah. That's what we get. Wow. $26. I should just know if it has decent substats. It's just a defense piece. Told you, it's defense. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's killing my enthusiasm to do artifacts and stuff in the game. Is that it's like the god piece. You'd be like, oh my god, but it's always on defense. It's always got defense main stat. Ugh. That sucks. Alright, 2 more runs. I think if we do get like a Mist Flare, I think it goes to Traveler. I'll just give the Jade to like Kaya or something. It should have been dead. See, it's an attack main stat. Horrendous fucking substats. See, attack main stat. Horrendous main stat or substats. It's like, I'm just tired of that. Just make it a little bit more even. That's what I have. It's a real problem I have with it. Is it doesn't feel even. It doesn't feel like it's an actual like random generator. It feels like it has if this is main stat, then these are your substats, and you will never see these ones because they have like a less than 1% drop rate. No, we've already done these ones. That's funny. I've never picked up a Lotus Head. That's funny. Is that a Sealy? No, that's one of those rocks. That's a Bishop. What the hell is that? Oh, it's you. What? I'm just chilling. I was just doing what you guys are doing. The hell? He can't even... Oh my god, the terrain. Oh my god. It's just everything is just reminding me that it's just like... Yeah, that's what I thought. Where's the other one? Yo, Sonic the Crud Boy. You want to come in? Oh, okay. Crud Doll, go down. Oh, she's on the wrong weapon again. On the level 1 weapon. Well then. What is this? Now. Cool. Okay. This is on today's. How many things do we have? We have some transit, at least. I don't remember what this is. Is this the weird one with like the treasure hoarders and robot? Yes. I think a Sucrose team would be better for that. Can we do Sucrose Overload? Let's use this wacky team. Alright, let's see. I don't want to think about it. I know that this isn't going to quote-unquote work, but like, I'm just kind of fooling around. That backswing. Oh, this is terrible. Never mind. Oh my god, I don't even want to continue. Holy crap, that's terrible. I get that Sucrose doesn't have her like all her stuff, but Jesus. She has artifacts. I gave her like a base build. Like, she should be doing something. Yeah, she's even got the sack frags. Because Aoife was using this, yeah. Like, her build's not that bad. Why? Why? Yeah, this insane elemental mastery feather. Alright, let's give her back. Do I not have an EM head? Because I was using other stuff, right? I don't even have a bad one to like roll. It costs 3. We have 4. Yeah, you know what? I'm tired. Tired of farming. Of course. Why wouldn't it go into that? I wouldn't have crit rate twice, of course. Okay. Wheel. Got 918 EM. Of course it would go into defense. Much better. Oh, good old taser. Why do I do anything but? Cool. Alright. Get us on our way of making that second one so we don't have to keep swapping and forgetting. Cool wish. Oh, purple's fruit. Cookie? Today's just not a good day. I avoided you when you were on banner. He's still going. Okay, finally stop. Before anybody says it goes on the... No, it doesn't. Goro doesn't work with Noelle until she's C6. How much of her defense does she translate before that? Future Noelle. Which one is it? Shield. I mean, it would help her shield because that's defense base. Increases attack scaled up by defense. The attack bonus is... Okay, 43. So he would be if Noelle gets the red horn, and then it would be quite good. Because if you don't know, Goro ups defense by quite a bit. And then if we get C4 Kachina, she also ups defense. Which would also help Goro's stuff, because Goro's stuff is defense-based as well. Oddly, there's no defense like Bo, though. I think he's always been given like a fav on like teams that he's on. There's no really good Bo that helps him do what he does. But he gets leveled because it is so cheap. Got plenty of his stuff. I say plenty. I think he only had like yeah, we only got 10. We got enough for another one. What is his boss? Is that... Oh, it's the perpetual array. Oh, that's not too big of a pain in the butt to fight. But we haven't been around Watasumi Island enough to get the pearls. So I guess we'll start getting pearls. His gimmick is that he like increases geo damage and defense, which is why it's good for like Noelle. But you need 3 geos to really get like a good amount of stuff going with him. It also collects crystals. I only say that because it would be good for if you were running the verdict on anybody. Like if we got a verdict for Noelle, it wouldn't be that bad with Goro. Because he automatically sucks in crystals to the active character who's in his field. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so you want 3 geo characters to get the crunch, which is what gives the geo damage bonus. And I do think the geo damage bonus goes up. And then his C... I'm going to say 6, because it's always 6. Yeah. Makes it so they get a 40% crit damage bonus. Otherwise, you only get a 20%. So you definitely want the 3 geos at that point. I mean, Nigwan's okay as well, because going through a screen gives you a damage bonus. But Kachina does some, like, interesting things at higher constellations as well. Basically, is it the C2? Yeah, her C2 gives her an extra Turbo Twirly summon. So when she does her burst, if you don't have a Turbo Twirly out, it automatically makes one come out and gives her Night Soul. So that's okay, but this is the one where if there's 1, 2, 3, 4 or more opponents, then they get a defense bonus equal to like that number of opponents. And then her C6 is interesting because anytime the shield is replaced or destroyed for any reason, she deals 200% of her defense as AoE damage, which can be triggered every 5 seconds. And the crystalline shields count for that. So Noelle also gets, I think on her 2? No, it must be the 4. Yeah, on the 4, when her shield breaks, it deals damage equal to 400% of her attack, which is weird to say. It should be 400% of her defense. But since a lot of her defense gets added into her attack, I guess it's okay. But still, it should have been 400% of her defense. So you do get a little Geo team going if you do all that, which is fine. It's okay. Well, we're right next to these, so let's do the other thing that I think I've forgotten for a couple weeks now. Not gonna lie. Maybe it can't be deployed here. That's weird. By the way, if you have a Scofier and you set up her little thing like that next to one of these things, it will just automatically charge it and you'll get the meals. It's the same concept. Let's use these because we have like a billion of them. Yep. It's difficult. Okay. Some good stuff. Nothing even aggroed. Why'd you give me the aggro music? Did one of them think unhappy thoughts for a second? Are you saying they aggroed? Game, you are drunk? I don't think I can let you drive home. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. I went through the McDonald's, and all anyone could do was scream in horror. I just wanted a Big Mac. I don't know what the hell their deal was. You drove through the McDonald's. Yeah. I want a Big Mac. Oddly, yes. When the car hit it, it fixed it. No complaints. 30 dead today when a car went through a McDonald's. People said they would not press charges because it made the ice cream machine work. News at 11. The head story isn't even the tragedy of like the 30 people dying. It's like, well, there's one way to get the machine to work. A car crashed into the ice cream machine today at McDonald's, making it work for the first time past 9 o'clock since the inception of McDonald's. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Definitely not focused today. They're all crit damage, aren't they? That's funny. Okay, don't mind energy recharge. Does get translated into attack, basically, so. Do mind hit points, though. Do you mind hit points? Again, don't mind. She's gonna get her. She's gonna get her burst back like immediately. Okay, crit damage. It's the only crit stat on it, so. Again, I'm okay with that. Hey Brian, what's up? Hey, wow. How you doing, my man? Hope things are going well for you tonight. We are so far so good. Good, good. We are hating RNG as always. Honestly, these pieces aren't half bad. Oh, were the servers crashing? For Helldivers? Not bad. It's not bad. Pretty good stats. Just having issues loading. Not fully crashing? Oh, okay. I don't think I've done this. Where's the other one? Over here? Yep. And then this guy. Did you get any games in, or just like... just like half or something? Or did you give up? That's the worst, being in the mood for something and having to give up on it because it's just not working. Oh, is it over here? There it is. Ended up posting yourself. Oh, okay. No issues then. Punkalopi is live. Hello, what year is it? Oh. Didn't she change names or something? There we go. In case you were wondering what I was doing. Now, what was the cause of that? Was she actually a part of like one of those like Hololive or something like that, and she had to leave the company for whatever reason? I thought she was independent. Was she actually a member of like a VTuber agency? She joined a group. She couldn't keep her old stuff? Or maybe she didn't want to keep her old stuff because then if anything went bad, then she could just go back to her old profile. That might have been it. That would make sense. It saved Doki Bird. Tell me she's still a bunny. Diving now. Alright. We'll get to the bottom of this. Chat will be delayed. Yeah. Trash. In case you're wondering, I think I've done the joke before. She's the one that has like a YouTube short, TikTok, about her waking up, drinking a Red Bull, and then doing something, drinking a Red Bull, and then like something else in the morning, and then drinking a Red Bull. It's like, how do you get yourself ready for like streaming or something like that? It's kind of funny, at least to me. What in the flying? What in the name of George Lopez is going on here? Oh. I live here now. 32? I'm made of hydroparticles? You're Billy the Water Boy. Of course you are. I'm gonna have a dream where he's like, is strangling me and screaming that his name is not Billy. It's bad enough, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't not play it, but in my dreams I do hear Tribby. Just saying. Not saying that you shouldn't play Star Rail and have fun and all that. I'm just saying there have been dreams where Tribby has been screaming about the West Wind. Yeah, it's just Tribby too. It's the only one that really like I think comes through, and I think it's just because of like how high pitched her voice is. It's the only one that comes through that I hear in the bedroom as I'm trying to go to sleep. Because like everything else is just muted and it's just noise, and like that doesn't bother me. I sleep with the the thunderstorms thing going off. It's just Tribby. I think if you were still playing Small Herda, she might actually come through too for the same reason. Because it's just a higher pitched voice. Yeah, but I don't hear him. I think it's just the pitch. I know what that is, but it looks weird. Like, I don't really think I should be seeing it, because it's that stuff, but... Why am I doing stuff in Fontaine? I don't know. Just want to chill. Everybody who thinks that boss is easy, fight it without Mavika and then get back to me. So, thinking about it, probably the Electrocharge team would be better because I'd have 2 of my Natlan units in it, and I might just be able to like chew through its stuff then. Thinking the IFA version of the Taser team, single target, so I don't need to group them, so I don't need Sucrose. That's definitely not supposed to be that simple. Alright, starting to have fun again. I still want those bosses to be a little bit better designed and not cry. Not gonna lie. I think we need a good old-fashioned, like, not mechanic-heavy boss. Just something that puts up a fight. Whee! This is kind of fun. Hello? I forget, is there a treasure chest? Unless they're in the bushes. Yep. I don't think so, though. I think we're good. All right. Oh, over here. Oops. This is underwater. Let's take this one. Pop out over here. We have almost a wish. Oh, we got a standard. One day I'll figure it out. Let's get that first. Yay. Going this way. Is this the one that takes me to this one that then takes me to the little broken area to the right there? Yeah, it's pointing right. I think I've done this. Yeah, indeed, it looks like it's activated over here. Find that weird. Going up. No, it doesn't look like there's anything up here. Okay. Surprise wish. It's blue. Dabba dee dabba die. I don't want to go here because that will trigger a quest. Is there any resource that I need? Guess we could do reputation. Vulnerable to hydro. Okay. Oh, what team did we have? We ripped this thing apart with a team the other day. Like last week. Was it just like the overload team? What would this do? It should be pretty good against it. Oh, we need these. Can't believe I'm saying that. That's kind of funny. I can't believe I found a use for Sarah. I hate myself a little bit, actually. Knock, knock. I think it's cool. Too much electro charge. It wasn't too bad, just way too much electro charge. That's what basically killed her, and I think she took a hit from this stupid thing. Alright, next one. Robot. Vulnerable to physical. That's fine. I should probably find a statue to heal at. That's right, there's not many statues in Inazuma, oddly. I only had 3. I could have swore I had more. Maybe I handed them in. Alright, let's go chase this thing down. Going the wrong way. As always. What is that quest? Oh, I think that's the kids, right? I forget what that quest is. That's why I haven't done it. Alright, stand inside, otherwise he, like, vaporizes you with electricity. Got it. Yeah, it's pretty good when your melee attacks are not physical. I'm vulnerable to electro. He doesn't like Animo, though. So what wacky team will we put together? Let's see. Oh, this this awesome team. But we could do. And then. See if we can't swirl the cryo and then just do a bunch of melting. See how that goes. It's gonna go terrible. I know it is. You know it is. Why does it keep jumping back every 10 seconds? Jesus Christ. They run up just to jump back. I don't understand it. I need more eremites. Not the boat guys, though. I'll take that back. Anybody just want something? That's not elect 15 mint. There we go. Perfect. Oh, it's that guy. It's like an ice cream vendor or something. Did you dive too deep? Are you Deep Spectre now? Mission success despite our best efforts. Gotta pick more mint. Never thought I'd have to say that. There we go. A reputation 9. Which I believe is the compass. Yeah. Is this thing ass to make? I forget. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's actually made on the by the blacksmith. A lot of quests popping up now. I didn't mean to use that one. Oh well. Oh, what's the beetles, you bastard! You bastard! Oh, we gotta get more beetles now. Yeah. There are a lot of quests in Azuma right now. Did I miss the lore? More beetles. Who's that little Kethem? Or I need him. Meh. I love that boar's just up here, out here. To just remind you what kind of dicks boars are. See? I'm going to plant. Most powerful enemy in Pathfinder? Your mom? Level 83 boar, is it? Is there an actual 83 boar? Just this epically over-leveled boar somewhere? That would actually be funny. They call him Mr. Pig. Also, did I take like 1,000 damage? It was a misentry on the website. Huh. I mean... From the boar, I think. I think the boar did over 1,000 damage on that hit. I wasn't in the red before, I know that. And he bumped me, and now I'm in the red. I think it was like... No, it couldn't have been 10,000 damage. Certainly it wasn't 10,000 damage. I think I've already gotten it, but there's an achievement for getting killed by a boar in this game. So it's 5 primos just sitting there for you guys. Go get killed. In-game. Most powerful enemy. Most obnoxious enemy. That's saying something in this game, let me tell you. Where there is just a ton of obnoxious enemies. Oh shit. Alright, take care, dude. Need you to do 30 leg crunches for me. I might be gone already. Need to work on my leg muscles. So get on that for me. That's not how it works. I see. You're supposed to use these. Yeah, I think you're supposed to use those. I'm going to just use an Auron. Fuck your game mechanics. I can fly. Not quite high enough. I mean, I can actually fly with Aoife. There we go. God, so many of these things. Like, right on top of each other, too. I forget, do I have a key? What the hell is this? Why is it there? Are all the books here? I guess all the books go here. Okay. Yay! I got a mustache on Farina. Oh yeah. There's a chest down there I haven't gotten. And this has just stopped going around the coast at one point. Good job, Warren. Get wrecked. Get rickety wrecked. Yep, must have just stopped at one point. Got him. Mint. I actually need it. Saw that I was super low. Under 69. Okay. Five more, guys. I think I've gotten the chest in here. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, away he goes! Now, as long as that electro charge doesn't happen, she'll get healed. There we go. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a bird. Jeez. I don't know why that bird freaked me out. Okay. Hiding in its natural habitat, we see the oculi. A floating reminder of the need to collect everything. Is this the area with the flowers? Yeah, okay. And mint. See why the taser teams were good. Like all parts of it are contributing to damage. Oh God. Absolutely destroyed in that last shot. You know what, I kind of want to put the stuff on IFA and just see how the IFA version would do right now. Okay, let's put... Let's see, that we just made, and that we made. Oh, we made a lot of stuff for this one. And then we need that really awesome golden troop feather. It's not even fully maxed out. Let's see if we can do it. Say see, because I don't know how many 4-star artifacts we have. So we have a few. Alright, you think you'll go into Elemental Mastery? Out of them all, not the one I wanted, but... That feels pretty good, I gotta say. I don't know where the cavalry came from, but we put them down pretty quick. Beto, why can't you hit this? Just fucking hit it. My phone all charged? Yeah. My phone's all charged. I think that's most of the easy to get Sara pieces. Puts our Sara collection at 80. It's not bad, honestly. $9.90. And a bird on the head. Remember, he's not a pet. It's his partner. Okay, we're full circle again. So the only spot I know where there's some is around Keki. Yep, there we go. Alright, that give us another 12. Cool. Hmm. Yeah, we gotta start making pushes on these, I think. I guess we haven't found a single chest, have we? Guess we could make the compass. Oh, speaking of compass. Wow, we only have 9? All right. Well, if we find one hydro, we can open. We can do that fountain. Hand these in. I don't think we're close to any trees though, to get any levels on them. But we can check them out at least. Oh, that is a level. Hey, check that. There we go. Not quite enough. But we got our wish at least, because we got the primos. Let's see how the Fontaine statue is doing. How you doing, Full Slore? Close, but no cigar. So I need to find a treasure chest. If I was a treasure chest, where would I be? Around here. Told you. Let's get the oculi. Oculi is... after the boat ride, I think, actually. So we grab this. There it is. Let's go to the fountain. Sometimes it snaps, sometimes it don't. He is not classified as a flying object, so he's fine in Fontaine. Okay. Yeah, they're primos. Just realized. Quite upset about that. I don't see a shrine marked on my map. So I don't know where one is right off the top of my head. What? Just talk.
It's right there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there it is. All right, good eye, wife. I really wish they'd get rid of a lot of the fall damage in the game. Alright. Alright. But we're a ways into it now. Like 5? I don't know. A couple more than that, I think. Anyways, we'll keep going. We'll keep plugging away at it as these 3 weeks grind by. I don't think there's anything significant showing up, Primo-wise. There's probably a ley line event of some kind coming up. Seems like it's about time for one. And was the double artifact thing coming back too? I thought I saw something about that, but that might have been just somebody hopefully thinking. Hopefully wishing in a chat. Beto's Lightning is doing some work now. Upping those artifacts was worth it. Give us a wish? No. How about... No. We'll keep doing it. Should I quick start this? If I don't quick start this, am I going to get screwed out of something later because I can't quick start the next one? Because it wants this as a requirement. That's actually kind of a question. All right, I'm back. Emergency bathroom. All right, I want to check on something. I'm going to check on fighting my friend again, just to see how the taser team works. I think the problem is I have in my head that I need burning to fight these things. I don't think that's true. I think I got enough Night Soul to do it here, so.
じゃあ周りを見張っててくれ。この件はわかるかい？何をると。よく見ておけ。風向きに気をつけろ。
Oh.
気をつけた方がいいぞ。僕が。さあ、みんなに挨拶だ。
There we go, Mario's truth. Oh yeah. That was so much easier. I don't know why I just haven't been using this team for this. Why does it give the fire? It doesn't make sense for that one to give any elemental crystals, honestly. It's like an abyssal thing. Don't the elements hurt it? Have I said what I wanted for the abyssal element? Because, you know, people, you know, they rumored Dainsley long ago was going to be a playable character. Whale themselves did that. Everyone was wondering what element he would be, and everyone said abyssal. You know how they do the abyssal enemies? They do, like, huge ticks of abyssal damage. Thing I complained about at the beginning of this, because it's just a touch too much. It seems to, like, whatever they hit you with, it, like, doubles again a few seconds later as that abyssal damage. So what I would like for the abyss to do is one of two things. I have two things that it could do. One, if you played Borderlands 2, there was an element called Schlag, and all it did is that when you hit something with Schlag, it would, not Schlag, that's a lock, Slag. There we go. It would make them weak to elemental damage. So it would just basically give them elemental resistance shred. So that's one way they could go. The other way that I would like them to go, this is the one I would prefer, is that when you hit them with abyssal energy, they get abyssal mark. And then whatever damage you do to them as elemental damage, that includes reactions too, gets tallied. And then when it triggers off, it then does an amount of damage again to them based off of the damage that was tallied. I don't know if it would be 1-for-1, where it basically doubles the damage. That might be too high. But it could be a certain percentage, and then characters could have in their kits where that percentage gets a little bit better or worse or something like that, depending on the situations for that certain abyssal character. If you need a point of reference, if you've played Star Rail, it'd be like what the Quantum Break does. Because Quantum Break puts them in a state that then it tallies up the number of hits that they take afterwards while they're in that status. And then when they come out of it, it deals damage based on the number of stacks that you put onto them. So something like that. That's what I would like abyssal energy or abyssal element to do, if they go that route. I don't think they're going to add a new element in. I think in the story, Dainsleif is actually going to get a vision, because he's going to hit that point where he's, desperation, Super Saiyan-ness, and he's going to get a vision from something, because one of the gods is going to recognize his plight. I think he has to come to terms with it, because I think he's got to stick up his butt about the gods as well, the Archons for the whole war and stuff. But I think we're going to find out that things were not the way that everybody thinks that they were. Why does I feel like that was hitting so light on the side? Between the swirl and the lightning damage, wasn't bad. Alright, we spent a lot of money, so I'm going to use that 20 to get money. And on that, I think we're going to call it. Apparently, the Electrocharge theme is the way to go. I don't know why I was trying to force the burning team. I really thought burning was the way to go with that. But definitely not. Definitely not. Alright, so I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully in a better mood. I don't think we have anything purposefully planned. Is that it? I don't think that's how you say that, but we don't got anything on the schedule. So I think we'll just do more of the same. I don't think there's a quest I really want to start right now either. I've done all the jet stuff. The only other one that I would want to kind of do is the big line in Fontaine where you get the sword at the end. That's a lot of stuff to do, though. There's also some story, like character story stuff that we could do to get to get that chasm quest. Because you have to finish, I think, both of Raiden's and Ito's to be able to unlock it. Remember when you had to do that chasm quest before you could continue on with the Archon quest, and it wasn't just an optional quest? That sucked, huh? Because that's a lot of other stuff you have to do to unlock it. And back when the game was, newer, people were doing stuff as it came out, it wasn't such a big thing. But anybody coming into the game now, that's a lot of stuff to have them do to continue the story quest, which is technically side quest stuff, too. It reminds me of the point in Inazuma where you have to do Yoimiya's quest and Kokomi's quest that really don't have anything to do with anything, but you have to do them before you can continue on with the Inazuma quest lines. They're not in Kokomi's and Yoimiya's like character quest things, but they feel slightly like it. Bert keeps trying to take his hat. All right. Anyways, that's enough complaining for me for one day. Made some progress. I think we're going to continue with artifacts like I have been and doing other stuff on the side. I keep feeling that I need to make a push to 90 on some characters to get them in better spots, though. Because definitely Auron and Fischl are my two best characters right now, and they're both 90 characters as well. So it's going to be a lot of books, a lot of more that's needed. And a lot of talent books as well. But I'm going to stick to my guns. Haha! And continue on the plan that I had. Leveling up some of the lower ones, getting them up to make IT a little bit more doable, to be able to get the resources out of IT, to then be able to do the other stuff that I need to do. It's a long way to get there, but I think that's where we are. All right. Until tomorrow, everybody. Drink some happy juice. Take care.